His picture's all over this place.
Yeah, what the heck?
His picture's up in this room. Here he is in the flesh. Bob is back. Hey, Bob.
Hello.
Bob! Hey!
I haven't been able to say that in a long time.
There it is.
Yeah, well, we've stopped saying that, Bob, now.
You big party.
I would have arrived an hour earlier, but I forgot how to get here.
Well, Bob, I know you've been busy doing other things, but you can't get here anymore. There's so much road construction. It's
I have noticed that.
You need a helicopter.
I want to thank the Canadians for my voice this morning. Smoke in the air is just killing me.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's awful. Now, Bob is here for to talk about something real serious. First of all, let me just preface this by saying you're doing fine.
I am doing great.
You're doing great.
Yes.
However,
on Friday, Good Friday of this year, I was diagnosed with stomach cancer. And a big shock to all of us. My wife and I stood and stared at each other for, 10, 20 minutes going, what are we going to do? And we found out that the process is much easier than we thought it would be. And after the first week, middle of the first week of treatments, I had to do chemo and radiation. I said, you know what? Why don't we do a podcast or attempt to do one and take a journey, let people go on a journey with us through this thing. So every Sunday, me, my wife Becky, and our best buddy, who you all know, Whit Grayson, sat down at our kitchen table and discussed the week. And it turned out there was a lot of humor in what happened to us through the week. And
the first time you talked to me about it, you called me up and you said, well, I'm a little concerned about the chemo because sometimes your hair falls out.
Well, I was really afraid I was going to lose the mustache.
And if we can stop for just a moment, the history of the mustache, again, is what?
Born June 18th, 1969, the day I graduated from high school when you were allowed to grow facial hair back then. And I have not been without it since.
Wow.
All right.
And I was afraid it was going to fall out and people were going to see who I really am. So I am very thankful for it not falling out.
Yeah.
So you've had chemo, you've had radiation, and the idea of the podcasts is to
help. It's kind of a.
walk
I say it's a PSA.
Okay.
Public service for those who get the diagnosis and they're going to be gobsmacked like me and Becky and it's like, what the?
Yeah.
And it's not as bad of a journey as you think it might be. My body took everything pretty good. Each cancer treatment for each person is completely different. But we walked through it all right.
Good.
A couple of interesting highlights. Once again, this is a series of podcasts, and they're available all over the place.
Everywhere, wherever you can get a podcast,
and
it's available.
We have direct links on all the Bob and Tom social media platforms.
And
so you can grab it.
I called Tom and asked permission if I could use the term the Bob and Cancer Show.
Because that could be misinterpreted.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Cancer. How are you?
So,
Well, we've all kind of mumbled our breath.
We've called you a tumor
even before all this happened. But Tom said yes, so we have stolen the oval.
The logo.
And it's the Bob and Cancer Show. And you could find it anywhere you can get a podcast.
So now, are you done with the chemo and radiation for temporarily?
I am done completely. Next, in 2 weeks, I have a scan to see how much shrunk, and then I have a surgery to remove it, and I'm done.
All right.
Great.
Once again, our guest is Bob, and Bob is dealing with a cancer in the stomach and the esophagus area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the unusual positive things you'll find when you listen to the podcasts, you get to eat
whatever I want.
You are encouraged to eat pretty much double the normal caloric intake.
Yes, I consumed so much ice cream and sweets, and they wanted calories. They wanted I ate a lot of protein as well.
So you're saying I'm on the right track?
You will never get cancer.
Okay. All right.
Or if you should get it, you can really beef up.
Yes. Yeah.
This reminds me, when I was a kid, it was when I was a little boy, what do they call the operation? They take out your tonsils,
Tracheotomy or that?
adenoids, whatever it is.
Adenoids.
Your tonsil. It was
Tonsillectomy.
really common.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone had it except for me.
I had it.
And I was upset. I didn't have to have it done, because when you'd get it, you get to eat ice cream for a week.
Popsicles, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
but
now-
I never had it. So
Now you're a man of a certain age, and you get to eat all the food you want. Is this continuing, or do you have to stop now?
well, they said once the treatments and everything was over, then you need the protein to build up muscle
Sure.
to fight the cancer cells, and the calories just to keep me from getting sick.
What was the best thing you ate?
What wasn't? I'm really into the Grater's ice cream. Good
choice.
folks in Cincinnati have come up with a fabulous ice cream.
Scientists, really.
They really are.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Now, there's another aspect that you'll learn if you listen to the podcast. Once again, it's called
The Bob and Cancer Show.
And one of the things you will learn is that I got to be delicate as I describe this. You would drive to Michigan to procure the legal.
Well, let me say, when I found out I had cancer, what immediately crossed my mind, what would Willie do?
I don't know if you know this, Bob, but technically where I live, it's a small island offshore of Michigan. So yeah, you can come hang out whenever you want.
Well, I didn't have a pass to get on the bridge to your island. We crossed the state line and we medicated ourselves.
Great.
No,
And I'll tell you what, it worked.
Gummies,
Yes.
not.
No, because I'm having the radiation in the throat area and the stomach area. It was very difficult to inhale.
Yeah, when you're, and by the way, it's funny because I remember you and I talked years ago about someone that we knew that was saying that the only thing
Where
that
we
helped.
could get a lid for $10.
That was many years ago. No, someone that we knew. The only thing that really helped keep the nausea down during this particular guy's chemotherapy was pot. So, and it's obviously different for everybody. But what's interesting to me is that you found it extremely helpful with the gummies.
Very helpful. And it kept me eating, and it took away all my discomfort.
Yeah. Once again, we're talking to Bob. Bob is dealing with a cancer diagnosis. So far, so good.
Yes, very good.
Chemo and radiation. When you do the radiation, do you have to hold real still? Do they kind of lock you down?
Yeah, they go on. You get a scan of your body to show. They have to do like little tattoos, but they didn't tattoo. It's a permanent marker. And you get in this position. They make a mold of your arms and your head. So once you get in there, you stay still.
Similar to the position in an airport
Or
scanner.
hands over your head.
Yeah, or you're a prisoner.
Do they give you the? Do they give you the mold?
Yes. Oh, no, I mean, after I'm done?
Yeah.
Do they sign it and give it to me? No.
Because you could take it, if I understand this correctly, you could make a bas relief out of it.
Here we go.
Paint it.
Who wants my arms and the top of my head?
A bob relief, if you will.
I guess. Thank you very much.
Josh is
what's your
desperately
name
trying
again?
to.
What's that?
What's your name again?
Josh. Yeah.
He's desperately trying to get his chair back after an incident a few minutes ago. Now, how about the chemo? Are those pills, or do they give you?
No. It was we had to sit down and get chemo for 3.5 hours every Monday.
In an IV?
Yes.
Oh.
And
Do you get to do anything?
you can listen to music. They offer you a television with.
Are there a lot of people around you, or is it just in a
No,
room?
we were in a private room, as everyone is. It's a individual room for whoever's getting treatment. And we were there for 3.5 hours every Monday.
Did you bring your own porn, or did they have Wi-Fi?
I had to bring my own.
Okay, yeah.
So
Not very helpful.
that really helped the time go by.
They frown upon that except for in the fertility clinic.
We'll find out more. The important thing is the podcast is called The Bob and Cancer Show, featuring Bob's wife, Becky, our good friend, Whit, who is an extraordinarily funny guy and a great writer, and who has had a lot of experience, sadly, in the world of cancer.
Yes, we talked about that. Whit went, I guess, 17 years with his wife. She was diagnosed with breast cancer and eventually lost her to the disease. But she had 17 great years after the diagnosis. So it did extend her life quite a bit.
Now, there are some positives about this. By the way, did I make it clear you can get these? This is all of the podcasts are available right away. So it's Netflix style.
Yeah, well, it's a limited edition with we have 6 episodes right now with 2 to be completed to, I guess, and complete the story.
Right.
So we'll do one, I guess, in about 3 weeks, and another one after the surgery is complete. So it's a limited series.
And there's one interesting aspect of this we'll get to when we come back, involving something that Bob did during his chemo and radiation that made him much more productive.
Okay.
Which is rather unexpected.
Yeah.
We'll find out what that was.
Okay.
Bob joins us in the studio.
Cheers.
Hey, that's right.
And Chick once again.
What?
Going by the new nickname.
Big party.
Big party.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Because I take a big party with me. You know how outgoing and partying I am.
Big party!
Right here, man. Big party.
Over the years, Bob, you've been retired for many years. You've missed several
big parties,
incarnations. Is that what I'm looking for?
Well, big party, in all fairness, just started today.
Oh,
so
yeah. What were you before that?
Well, it was King Peckerhead.
King Peckerhead for a brief.
I would have swore that was Tom.
Well, oddly enough, he's the one who gave me the nickname King Peckerhead.
And then there was a
Sports doctor.
The sports doctor. That's the classic. You know
Yeah,
that.
class.
Pictures with me in scrubs.
Sportsosaurus Rex.
Sportsosaurus Rex.
Nice.
Just awful. I didn't like.
I like the big party.
The big party.
Oh, good. Well, Big Party is here. Bob is here talking about his new podcast. And the title of the podcast will tell you something. It's called The Bob and Cancer Show.
Yes.
Give us the reason you're calling it that, Bob.
Well, I have cancer, and I am in the process of eliminating it. I just went through chemotherapy and radiation, and the next big step is the surgery to actually take it out, and I will be cancer-free.
Now, after the radiation, can you stand in a dark room and do you glow a little bit? How does that work?
We talk about that on the
podcast?
I asked if I would glow in the dark.
Yeah.
And they said I would not.
Oh. What about a Geiger counter? Do you go?
You know, I never asked about that. I don't
Actually,
know.
Chick, you do the Geiger.
It's not very good this morning. No,
that's
Wookie?
It's kind of predator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Try Wookie again. Okay. The podcast features Bob's wife, Becky, and our friend Whit talking about the process week to week to week of going through radiation therapy and chemotherapy.
I thought I'd just open some eyes for some folks who get the same news we do, and it's not as horrifying as you imagine. It's actually very easy to go through.
Speaking of eyes, during this, you had an incident involving your eyes.
Oh, the bear spray?
The bear spray.
Oh, yeah.
Bear spray?
Yes.
Well, yes. Well, let's put it this way. I went to chemo and radiation, and when I go to chemo, they give me steroids before the chemo. And the steroids get me going. I mean, when everything's done, I go home and I would clean the house. I have a lot of energy.
Gotcha.
Well, we had a storm, and I decided to go out and clean all the debris with a leaf blower. Went out there, did everything, put the leaf blower back on the utility hook, and when I set it down, I triggered a can of bear spray right into my face.
Wow.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, stupid thing. If you have bear spray at home, get rid of it. Do not hang it in the garage.
Did you?
Oh, it was horrible. Oh. And I didn't know what to do. I'm screaming for Becky, and she looks it up, and the next thing you know, I'm in the shower for 20 minutes with my eyes open into the water.
Yeah.
Scrubbing soap. Baby tears stuff, that
Yeah.
baby shampoo
Just out of
into my eyes.
Curiosity, are there a lot of bears in your neighborhood?
Well, Tom, this was a use. Well, not used because this was the first time it was sprayed. We purchased it in 2016 when we went to Glacier National Park.
Okay, a good place for it.
Someone told us there's a lot of bears there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bears there.
So that's a good reason to have it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And obviously it hadn't expired.
But there's no reason. No, in fact, it may have gotten more potent. Kind of like a fine wine. Who knows? But,
holy hell!
If you have bear spray, dispose of it.
In your opinion, do you think it would scare off a bear?
Heck yeah! It gives you 20 minutes to run.
Wow.
So back to you're getting chemo and you're getting radiation therapy.
Yes.
And you were warned of some side effects. We talked about the fact that you were concerned that your hair might fall out, but your mustache is intact.
They said,
your sideburns there, your hair's there.
Before radiation and chemo started, we go through a few classes that they teach you what could possibly happen to your body and what to do, what not to do. And they said hair loss is certainly one that can happen. And I'm thinking, oh boy, here it goes. And it never came. I never lost any hair at all. So I get to celebrate the mustache's birthday.
Yeah, coming up.
A couple of weeks.
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
10 days, your mustache turns
54.
Wow, that's nice.
54 years old.
Yeah,
that's nice. Now, look, let's go back to the very, very beginning. It was on Good Friday.
Yes.
That you found out about that you had cancer. You were just getting a regular physical?
Regular physical, and every year I get a chest X-ray because I'm a former smoker. And a couple of dots popped up on the X-ray. And they said, well, we should go investigate this. We did a scan, PET scan, and then a endoscopic ultrasound, and had to go
down the
camera
throat.
Down the throat.
Oof.
And there it was.
Oof.
And that was on Good Friday. And Easter wasn't that much fun this year.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So,
And the therapy started pretty much right away?
we had that week of classes, learning this, learning that, and it was the following Monday for 5.5 weeks.
And when did you get to start the special diet of extra calories?
Right away, that week of the classes, they said you have to start hydrating at least 100 to about 100 ounces a day. That's a lot of fluid.
Of water or beer?
No. I had no alcohol at all.
I was...
But it was... it didn't count my favorite drink, a Diet Pepsi. It was water, Gatorade, stuff that hydrates you.
Gotcha.
100 ounces a day. God, I beat a lot. And then tons of calories and tons of protein. And that really does help fight the cancer.
But you say in the podcast you're supposed to eat when you're not hungry, or how does what was it again?
To eat like every 2 or 3 hours, all day long. So I was never full. I was never hungry, but I still had to eat to get the protein in the body to keep it going.
Once again, we're talking to Bob, and Bob's limited edition podcast. It's free.
Yes. There's no one's making money on this one.
It's the idea is to if you know someone going through this, if you're going through it week to week, you can hear what Bob's journey was. Every journey will be different, but you can hear how it worked. And once again, it's called the Bob and Cancer Show, and we're setting it up so there are links on the various Bob and Tom social media platforms, and it's available in a number of places, so you can get it on Spotify or wherever you are.
Yeah, just about everywhere.
Once again, the Bob and Cancer Show. Well, why don't we go back to what we usually do here and do some news stories for Bob?
This is for you, Bobby.
All right.
The Woolshed Pub in Australia has taken down and apologized for its recent promotion, offering free drinks to women based on their bra size. The venue posted the advertisement on its Facebook page over the weekend with an offer to get 1 free drink for an A cup, 2 free drinks for B cup, and 3 free drinks if you're a C cup. The bigger, the better, the post said.
Well, the bigger the chance of them taking their tops off, too. There you go. Is the cup the actual, like a C cup?
I don't know. That's interesting. That you have to drink from your own bra size?
But they had to take it down and apologize.
Yeah.
It sounds like something we would do in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yes. And be very successful.
I wonder what the name of the A cup who was mad about this is. You know she ruined it for everybody.
All right, calm down, Tiny.
Yeah, all right. Hey, the ironing boards, man.
Itty bitty city committee. Okay.
A man in Rhode Island has been accused of breaking into folks' homes and stealing sex toys. According to police, officers responded to a home in Providence, Rhode Island, for a report of a man trying to break through a window. Police said the resident confronted the suspect, who allegedly apologized, told the resident he had the wrong house.
Sorry.
Yeah. Officers later found the suspect, a Mr. Benjamin Nadrowski, who admitted to entering a home and stealing a sex toy from a bedroom. The 32-year-old was questioned about other break-ins in the area, and he admitted to stealing 2 more sex toys from other homes.
It was me.
Told police he intended to give the toys to someone as a birthday gift. Boy, that lucky lady.
So he's like the Robin Hood of dildos.
Yes.
Huh.
WPRI.
WPRI, revealing the facts every day.
Doing important work.
Sounds like
Prying into your personal business.
Yeah.
Reports Nadrowski was arraigned on 2 counts each of entering a building with felonious intent and attempting breaking and entering. Yeah.
So
So he went to the wrong house and still got a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What are the
but
odds
he's
of that?
specifically just stealing the sex toys.
Yes.
So there's something.
For a birthday.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he
Yeah.
made that up.
I would check their towels. Yeah.
and their
That's-
bedspreads,
Yeah, oh, sure. Yeah, maybe.
shower curtain.
I've told you this story before. I don't know if you've heard this. I knew a woman who had someone break into her apartment, and all of her panties were stolen, except for one pair that were abused and on the middle of the bed.
Oh, my.
So she called the police. Several years later, the police called and said, "We caught the guy."
Wow.
And it was a guy going through the high school yearbook
Oh, boy.
one at a time.
How about that?
And they've caught him, and he
And you don't like
Put it together.
reunions.
So a very specific
Fetish,
fetish,
if you will. Yeah.
wasn't there to steal their money just to, and I obviously he had hundreds of panties in a drawer at his house
Obviously.
for home games.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, anyway, very odd, very odd.
This video was everywhere yesterday. I hope you had a chance to see it. An Illinois exercise enthusiast was literally caught with her pants down after she took a tumble on a treadmill at the gym and ended up with her leggings around her ankles.
Yikes.
Footage of the embarrassing pratfall currently blowing up on her Instagram page, and it was everywhere.
This is why I stay off treadmills.
And Instagram.
Good call.
No,
be
Dangerous.
Alyssa Conkle, 26, told Compass Media of the humiliating experience, quote, "I was just running at the gym and my pants got sucked off."
My pants got sucked off.
Yeah, Josh, you may want to join a gym where you get sucked
I
off.
didn't know that was happening.
Maybe you should start going.
But for Josh, it would only be the pants. Yeah. That's your name, right, Josh?
Yeah, yes, that's right. Yeah.
I thought it was Jerry for some reason.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man. It's a pretty funny video. I mean, I'm glad she wasn't hurt, because you could get hurt if you fall on a treadmill
Yeah, I
like
would think
that.
so.
Here's an interesting story from Hotels.com. They've released a report detailing some of the more unusual room service requests that guests have.
Is the phrase sucked off in this story also?
No, not officially. The number one on this list, I don't think it's quantitative. Diet water, somebody asked for.
Diet water.
Diet water.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that high calorie water.
What that clear stuff.
Yeah. Melted ice cream.
Oh.
You're a fan of the melted
I do
ice
like
cream.
I throw
Isn't
it
that
right
milk
in my-
with sugar?
Can't you just get ice cream and let it melt?
Yeah, I do that.
Sometimes you want it now.
You want it now? Yeah.
Okay.
Get it started in the
This-
microwave, eh?
This might be code for sucked off.
What is it?
Somebody
Are
requested.
you waving your hands? What are you doing?
Somebody requested blowfish.
Oh.
Oh, the blowfish.
Yeah. The old.
Why would someone ask for a blowfish?
You have to have the caveat. These are hotels all over the world.
Well,
Sure.
Still.
Well, that's a delicacy in some places. A dangerous delicacy. You have to be careful how it's prepared.
how it's prepared or you'll die, right?
Yeah, it can kill you.
Yeah.
Boiled bottled water.
Okay.
A cooked fish that the guests brought with them.
Hey, you mind cooking this up? Wow.
You're saying this isn't a you buy, we fry hotel?
Yeah.
That stinks.
No egg white omelet. So
Okay.
just the yolk.
All yolk.
Just yolk. I've never considered that.
That's protein, baby.
Yes,
That
sir.
is. Rice bowl for a dog.
All right.
I don't know what this is. Cockle popcorn?
Well, that's popcorn.
For a cockle.
And you got your you put your cockle.
Cockles are like mussels, right? They're
I don't know.
they're
I've
in
never
that
heard
song.
of it.
What are you, a Dickens novel? What are you talking about?
Well, I've traveled and cockle shell.
I've had a cockle.
Yeah.
What song?
There's a cockle.
Cockles and mussels, alive, oh. That thing? That Irish. Yeah.
Cockles.
Burgers are the most. Oh, bison is on the list too. But I think
That's not that unusual.
burgers are the most popular room service order. The Plaza Hotel in New York is home to one of the most famous room service orders.
Oh, yeah?
The Home Alone Sundae, featuring 16 scoops of ice cream and layers of toppings for $300.
Wow.
The Post Oak Hotel in Houston offers a $1,600 burger made with 16 ounces of Wagyu beef, seared foie gras, and black truffle in a caviar-infused black and 24-karat gold brioche bun.
Oh, come on.
But they still only give you one of those 3-inch ketchups.
Yeah.
Such a bummer.
That better come with suckathon sushi.
Yeah.
Suckathon Susie.
$1,600.
Oh, I thought he said sushi.
Blowfish, baby.
It's blowfish time. Here's Tom Griswold with the legend.
Our special guest is Bob.
Yes, sir.
As in Bob and Tom. And Bob Kevoian is here with us. Bob has a new podcast out there. The title gives you a little bit of a hint. It's called the Bob and Cancer Show.
A limited series.
It's about Bob's cancer treatments. And Bob has been diagnosed with gastric cancer, gone through chemo, radiation. Everything's going great. You're going to have a little surgery around the corner.
Yes, indeed. That'll be, I'm guessing, about a month away.
And you can hear Bob talking about it with his wife, Becky, and his friend, Whit. We have a direct link to it if you go to the Bob and Tom website. It's real easy, bobandtom.com. It's right there. You just scroll down a couple of inches, and you can see the logo and link and find out, listen to the podcasts.
Well, that's what they told me when we went through this. They said, live your life and just enjoy your life while you're going through all this chemo and radiation. And we did. And we laughed, and we had a very positive attitude through all this. And I think that
Helps.
really helped.
Yeah.
Really helped. And then every Sunday, I did all of my treatments on Monday and then a radiation Monday through Friday. But every Sunday, we'd gather and talk about what had happened in the previous week. So it's kind of a little like a therapy session with microphones.
Yeah.
And microphones and bear spray.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
You'll find out about that if you listen. Bob, I know you've been through a lot,
I have.
but I'm sorry to do this to you, but
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice?
There he is.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Hey, Bob, what's it mean when you find a horseshoe?
I don't know.
Some poor horse is walking around in his socks.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
See, I didn't want
All
him
right,
to hurt. I didn't want
let
him
me
to.
compare it to
Not too
radiation and chemo.
Yeah.
All right, let me
it's shorter. Got that going.
Yeah.
It is certainly
There's that. There's that aspect of it. Okay.
I didn't want to hurt him, busting a gut laugh.
No, that's after the surgery.
You're
not
thinking
supposed to-
Generous.
Now,
Thank you very much, Ace.
we had a sad news story this morning.
That the Live and PGA
Oh, that's
That
wild,
is
isn't it?
sad,
That's
yeah.
this about the death of the woman who sang
Oh, yeah.
this song. This is
Girl
this
from
was
Ipanema?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
international hit. She died at the age of 83.
Listen to that stereo.
Someone just reminded me of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the movie The Blues Brothers, when they get on the elevator at the Cook County Tax Assessor's Office, the Muzak version of that is playing in the elevator.
All right.
Someone pays attention to
Yep.
movies just a little too closely.
These two right here.
We enjoy cinema, I'm sure.
Yes.
A lot of stuff.
Entertains me.
Astrid Gilberto was her name.
Once again, Bob's podcasts, a handful of them are already available.
Yes, there's 6 available, and we anticipate a total of 8.
All right.
All right, so catch up with what's going on. It's an interesting listen if you've experienced cancer in your life or if you're about to go through it. Everyone's journey is going to be different.
That's true.
But Bob will tell you about what happened with his. And Whit weighs in because he has had a lot of experience with it as well.
Oh, yeah.
So find out what it's all about. Once again, it's on Spotify, lots of other spots.
It's everywhere you get a podcast.
When you get a podcast. Once again, the Bob and Cancer Show.
Yes.
So I think it's time to review. Is that correct?
The things we learned today?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. What day is today?
Today is June 7th.
Wednesday.
June 7th. Are you going to do history? Or?
I'm going to try to find it. If you give me just a second over here.
Should have been prepared.
We only have a minute, so.
Today in history.
Oh, boy, this is bad.
Uh-oh.
All right.
1924, George Mallory, famous for what?
The Mallow Cup.
Yes, you invented the mallow.
He said no.
Mallory Hardware.
He said no to peanut butter. Put marshmallow in there.
Yeah.
Disappeared some 700 feet from Everest summit.
Oh,
They think he
that
may
guy.
have made it. They don't know.
First guy?
They may be. They don't know if he made it to the top.
Okay.
What a half-assed record.
No kidding. Well, you want to be known for accomplishing something, not disappearing.
Well, okay. How about this? Dwight Eisenhower, first president to appear in a color television in 1955.
Wow.
On top of Mount Everest.
Really something.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it was. Glad it was Eisenhower. That would have been really awkward.
I'm glad they said color TV.
Yeah, right.
I believe they mean TV of color.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Thanks, Jerry.
Very helpful.
Say we'll be back.
Bob's podcast. Once again, it's out there everywhere. We'll remind you, it's on all of our social media platforms linked. This is the Bob and Tom Show.